You're live. I'm live. Hello, everybody. We'll wait for some peoples to meander on in. Anybody there? Maybe. That's good. Yeah, I'm okay. Hey, what's up? One person, the void, that's here. How's it going? Good. Good to know. Man, the beginnings of streams are so weird because I don't really want to say a lot of shit because I'm just talking to myself, really. I don't know. Well, I guess I can tell my story about yesterday. I guess TJ already told a lot of people on DFF, but, and sometimes no one shows up. Well, I've never had it where no one showed up at all. I think, there's another person, Octo. Hello, Octo. But yeah, so yesterday, I know I've been telling you guys for the last few days that I've been having really bad migraines, especially like in this side of my head. Yesterday I woke up, it was so bad, like I was immediately in tears as soon as I woke up, and I was just like, hey, TJ, I think you need to take me to the doctor. I really don't want to go, but you're going to have to take me because I couldn't see out of this eye. It was so blurry. I was like, I don't think I can drive. I don't think it's safe. Hey, thanks, guys. Yeah, it's not all the way gone, but it's not like it was yesterday. So we go to the doctor, and I'm just kind of like holding my face like, fuck, like the whole time. And they're telling me to fill out this paperwork, and I'm just like, I've been here before. What the fuck is this paperwork? And it's some shit that doesn't even apply to me because I have like government insurance. So they're like making me fill out this paperwork that says that I'm responsible for all the payment and all this shit, and I'm like, they can't even charge me because of the insurance I'm on. I have a zero copay. So I'm trying to tell them that, and they're like, we don't care, you still have to read it and sign. I'm like, I cannot read right now. My eye is so blurry, like I can't see at all out of my right eye, and I don't feel like reading. My head hurts. So anyway, they make TJ read it and sign it for me. I'll try not to die, at least not now. Anyway, they're all looking at me like, are you going to throw up? Are you going to get sick? I'm like, no, I'm not sick. And they're like, here. And they hand me a weird, like, tube thing. And they're like, if you need to throw up in this. I'm like, I'm not going to throw up. And they're like, you might. Like, you bitches don't even know what's wrong with me. You're the front desk ladies. Like, chill out. And, right, well, they did. But anyway. So then, I go in there and the doctor finally comes in and he's like, yeah, considering the amount of pain you're in, I don't even feel comfortable seeing you. And I'm just like, oh, cool. So he was just saying, like, that I need to go to the emergency room immediately because most people who have headaches don't cry over them and aren't in that much pain. So he just sent me right to the emergency room. He's like, it's probably going to suck because you'll have to be there for like at least 3 hours, but they need to take a scan of your head to make sure it's nothing worse than a headache. And I was like, well, what else could it be? TJ was just a little upset because they were supposed to have their show, and Paul and Scotty had already arrived at our house when I was at the doctor. So they were just sitting here waiting on TJ to get back so that they could do DFF last night, but obviously TJ had to take me to the ER, and I told him when we were there, I was like, you could just leave me here, it's fine. Even though I really didn't want him to, but, you know, I didn't want to fuck up their show. And he was like, no, I'm not leaving you. They're fine, we'll just do it tomorrow. So they went home. Sorry, there's something like in my eyelashes. But anyway, so yeah, we go to the emergency room. I have to wait there for at least an hour. I'm just sitting in the lobby, like on their really uncomfortable little couches that aren't even big enough to lay down on. And I'm, you know, basically in the fetal position, just like crying, holding my head. They're like, well, there's nothing we can do until we can get you a bed back there. I'm like, oh, fuck, okay. Yeah, it was my fault that you guys didn't get DFF last night. But yeah, so I was just, we know you're okay, but is TJ okay? Yeah, I guess so. TJ's out with Scotty right now. He seems okay. That's the real important question here. Okay, well, thanks for giving me so much consideration and caring about my well-being. But anyway, so yeah, the hospital sucked. Like, the whole time once they finally got me back there, I started freaking out for no reason, really. Like, inside of me, I was just like, you gotta get out of here, fuck this hospital. Like, everywhere I looked, there was just people that looked like they were gonna fucking die at any second. And I don't know, like, my heart was just racing. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. Like, I have a brain tumor, I'm gonna have to be here forever just like these people. I don't know, my head was just going crazy. And I told them that I was like, I'm having really bad anxiety just about being here. I only waited an hour in the waiting room, and then they brought me back into like the ER area. And anyway, finally a doctor comes in and sees me, and he's like, so what's wrong with you? And I told him I'd already been to the urgent care and they sent me right here. And he's like, I fucking hate urgent care. They suck so bad. And I'm just like, okay, what does that have to do with me? Thank you. And he's like, you probably just have a migraine. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's what I thought too. But, you know, they said they wanted me to get a CT scan of my head to make sure it's nothing worse, because they're afraid that because I had so much pressure behind my eye that it was causing me vision changes, that they were afraid to just say, oh, well, it's a migraine, and send me on my way, which I can kind of understand. Because if it was something worse, then it would just be delayed and we'd just be like masking the symptoms with medicine. So apparently it's really important if you have a headache for more than a day to go to a doctor like immediately and get your head scanned, because it can be a tumor, it can be some kind of crazy brain swelling or like hemorrhaging or an aneurysm or all kinds of shit. So I waited 4 days in that much pain. I even worked, and there were multiple times I thought I was going to throw up because of how much pain I was in, but I didn't actually get sick. I just was really nauseous. And anyway, so don't wait 4 days if you have a headache for longer than a day. Go to the doctor even though you don't want to. What the fuck? Is it going? I'm glad you have insurance. Yeah, me too. I mean, in America, you have to have insurance or they'll charge you out the ass when you file your taxes. But yeah, I actually have government insurance because I'm considered disabled. So I don't have like a wheelchair or a parking sticker or anything because I can still walk, but I can't, like, I guess I could technically work a 40-hour job, but it would be really hard on my body, and I pretty much wouldn't be able to do anything else with my life. So being disabled kind of helps me, being labeled disabled, not being disabled. Being disabled kind of sucks. But being labeled that helps me get like a part-time work like I have at Starbucks, and I can still, reap the benefits of having a job but not working 40 hours a week. So anyway, America is scary to me. It should be. I mean, there's lots of great things about America. Do I look blurry to you guys? Let me clean off my camera. That didn't help. Sorry. I just feel blurry. I don't know if that's any better. There's a lot of cool things about America, like our so-called freedom of speech. That used to be a thing. They're kind of taking that away from us now. But, food chains, I guess, are cool. I don't know. We don't really eat out much anymore because we're trying to eat better, but I did have Taco Bell yesterday because I was in the hospital, and it was delicious. Hey, heard what happened. Came to drop by and say hi. Hope you are doing better. Thank you, Rose. I am doing somewhat better. My head still hurts right up in here, but it's not like it was. So yeah, the CT scan. So they brought me, when I was in the hospital yesterday, they brought me into this room. It has like a bed with a big like donut around the bed, and you have to lay in the bed, and then they like push you back into the donut, and then it like something goes around your head and scans your head, and it like zoom, 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 zoom. That's what it sounds like. And I could feel like my eyes like trying to keep up with it or something. Like it was like my eyes were moving with I don't know how they work. I'm sorry. Whatever they are. Have you ever had a scan like that before? MRI or anything? I have. I've done the ones where they like put you back into a whole tube, and that fucking freaked me out. Like I got so claustrophobic from that. Being in like a little tube that they were scanning my whole body. Ugh, I hated that. I actually had a panic attack, and there was like this really nice old black guy who was working the machine, and he was like petting my head and like calming me down because I was so freaked out in that weird tube machine. But anyway, so I have this like tragus piercing here, and this is the same ring that has always been in it ever since I got it, like probably like 6 years ago, 5 years ago. And I don't know how to take it out. And they were saying yesterday, like, oh, that can be a problem. Like, it can mess up your whole image because it'll just streak across the image. And I was trying to unscrew it and take it out. And the lady was getting pissed at me. She's like, it's going to cause, what did she call it? Like, arbitration? That's not the right word, but it's some word that sounded like that. And I was like, what does that mean? And she's like, it means it's going to be ineffective and it's going to ruin the whole image, and there's barely any point of doing it if you keep it in. And I was like, well, then what should I do? And she's like, take it out. I'm like, I'm trying. I've literally never taken this out before. I don't know if I can, unless we like cut it out with some like sharp pliers or something. If you really think that it's going to mess up the whole image, I mean, I'm willing to take it out. Like, it's just a piercing. It's not like it means that much to me. And she was just being a total bitch about it, to the point where she actually got another guy who worked with her to come deal with me. This is how she said it. I'm just like, he's like, don't worry about it. If it messes up the image, we'll worry about that later. But let's just take the the CT scan, see what happens, see if we can see what's wrong with your head. And if the piercing messes up the image, then we'll figure out a way to get it out later. But for now, let's just do it. And they took the image. 20 minutes later, it was fine. They could see exactly what was wrong. So your sinuses go like here and up here, and there's some like in the side and back of your head as well. And they were very swollen. They said that it's pretty normal for this time of year to have sinusitis, which is just like swollen sinuses. But that mine was so bad, so inflamed. It was like one of the worst I'd ever seen. And it was just, I don't know. They're just like, yeah, I can understand why you thought you had a migraine, because it's just all this pressure and buildup, like pressing on the outside here and around my eye. It was like for the last few days, this eye was just kind of like shut halfway most of the time. When I was at work, they kept calling me Popeye because this eye was like all squinty. They were like, you look like Popeye. I was like, well, I don't feel like Popeye because I don't think spinach could help my pain right now. But anyway, after they figured out what it was, they put an IV in my arm, and they had like a huge bag of saline, and they put Toradol, which is like an anti-inflammatory pain medicine, and something else to try to loosen up all the gunk that's in my sinuses. I don't know if it, I mean, I don't know. I really hated having the IV in my arm. It felt so weird to have a needle in my, I mean, most people have had an IV. But like when you have a needle in the crook of your arm and you can't bend your arm, oh, it feels so fucking weird. Just thinking about it gives me like the heebie-jeebies. Because it's like your body knows that something foreign is in it, like alien. And it's just like, oh, get this out, get this out. Oh, it fucking feels so weird. And you have to sit like that for hours, just letting shit drip into you. And the liquid that's coming into your arm is cold. So your whole arm just feels fucking weird. And even after they took it out for like 3 hours last night, I was like, oh, my arm feels so weird. I was like trying to move it in any way I could. I was doing push-ups and shit just to like, I don't know, make it feel better. The only thing that really made it feel better was smoking and watching TV and getting my brain off of it. Let's see. I have to get an MRI and I'm worried. I hope I can listen to DFF while I do it. They probably won't let you have any like headphones in or anything, but they might let you have your phone playing like a little bit away from you. But yeah, like I said, they didn't even want me to have my earring. So, let's see. I had to get scans a few times, hated having to be still. It only seems when I'm still does every part of my body start itching. Yeah, that sucks. I didn't feel itchy. It was pretty fast, honestly. I was fine with staying still because it was only for like a minute or two. But yeah, the worst part was the IV. But after the whole IV bag drain, it was like a huge bag of saline. Whole thing had to drain. As soon as it drained, I was like pressing the nurse button, like, it's drained, it's gone, can I leave now? Like, get me the fuck out of here. And I was just so antsy the whole time. Like, I kept moving. Like, I couldn't get comfy because, you know, those cots they have in the emergency room are fucking dog shit anyway. So it's not like I could sleep. They kept telling me that I need to sleep. I'm like, I can't sleep. This is uncomfortable. I have a fucking needle halfway up my arm. Like, I don't want to sleep right now. But, let's see. Where was the IV, if I may ask? Hold on. I'll show you. I don't think it's, yeah, I guess there's a little bit of a mark still. Hold on. See the red dot in the middle there? don't know, maybe you can't really see it. It's like just below the crook of my arm. I can't really point it out because I'm holding the phone. And I still have some like bandage residue too. But yeah, right in the crook of my arm. It's just so uncomfortable. I hate it. Yeah, hospitals do suck. Yeah, I kind of see it. I've never had surgery or an IV or been under general anesthetic. I'm a nervous wreck. If you can, try to like get some Xanax or something. I wish I had my Xanax at the hospital yesterday. If I ever have to be in one, I'm gonna have a panic attack. See, that's what I'm afraid of. That's what I was afraid of happening, is it escalating to a panic attack yesterday, but TJ was there with me and he's like, calm down, you're fine. And he's like, you need to stay still. I'm like, I can't stay still. And I'm like sitting up, laying down, switching sides, kicking my legs. Just wanted to punch shit. Like, I just did not want to be there at all. It felt like a prison, man. Even though prisons are probably worse than that. But in my head, I was like, I'm not free. I need freedom. Seek freedom now. Like, I was in flight mode. So, yeah, that was weird. Because I've been in the hospital before and I didn't feel like that. But maybe it's just because I was in a Louisiana hospital. I don't know. And then my nurse was from like the same town that I grew up in Kentucky. So she was going on and on about Kentucky. And I don't know. I mean, I like Kentucky. It's a pretty state, but I have really bad memories from there, so that didn't really help my anxiety bringing back Kentucky to my brain. How do you deal with social anxiety? Let's see. Social anxiety. I usually just avoid it. That's not really healthy. I usually avoid social situations that give me anxiety or people that I don't want to be around because I know what they'll say. Like, there's some people that you know that even if they don't mean to, just being around them is going to piss you off because just like the cavalier shit they say. And it's like, they're not necessarily trying to piss you off or trying to be mean, but something always comes across as that. And I'm just like, I try to avoid those people. And if I can't, I get really bad anxiety. And I just try to avoid them at the party or wherever I'm at work or whatever. Because I have people at work that are like that. I have people in my regular life that are like that. So it's going to happen. If shit gets really bad, I will go to my car or go for a walk by myself and maybe smoke a little bit or try to meditate a little bit. Just deep breathing helps. Really connecting to your own breath will help bring your whole nervous system down. It really does work, and it's really simple, but sometimes it's hard to like get your brain out of itself enough to be like, okay, I just need to breathe deeply, you know? Let's see. I've had to get multiple stuck in my arm. In fact, one time when they were injecting me with something, the doctor said my vein blew up, and I was like, oh shit. Then I learned that just meant it collapsed and not that my arm was going to explode. So it was all good. Oh my god, that would scare the shit out of me. Don't say that. Oh, your vein blew up. Hey Chelsea, how are you doing? Hey Chess, hey Jay. I almost said, hey, Chess Dark A. My brain mixed you guys together. Hello. I'm okay. My head still hurts, but it's not like it was yesterday. So that's good. LOL, I have blown many veins. Oh, God. Ah! Chess, I was just telling them about my IV I had. yesterday. I don't know if you guys can see it. There's like a little red dot under the crease in my arm. And I was just saying that it felt so fucking weird to have shit in my arm for like hours. Ugh, I hated it. But anyway, now it feels okay for the most part. The worst, I know you guys were just saying you're like freaked out by needles and shit, but the worst time I ever had something happen where people were putting needles in me, I was in college and I was broke as fuck, so I was selling my own plasma. I would get like $50 for, sitting there for an hour and letting them, they take out a bunch of blood out of your vein, and then it goes in this machine, and then it keeps your blood, or no, it keeps your plasma. It separates the plasma, which is like that clear stuff that you'll see sometimes come out of wounds, or like if you're popping a zit and you already got all the white stuff out and that clear stuff that comes out, that's plasma. So they separate the plasma from your blood in this machine that you're hooked up to. Then the blood goes back into you and they keep your plasma. And I don't know, give it to sick people, I guess. But this was in Kentucky, so super ramshackle place. And there was this lady, and she was like, normally I wouldn't judge somebody like this, but she had like no teeth. Like she had done meth or something. You know those meth teeth that like half of them are like brown and rotted and shit? I'm watching Nova. She's like trying to scratch her face over there. I don't know if you guys can see it. Do it again. Nova! Damn it. Hey, baby. That look she's giving me. Oh my god. But anyway, so the lady that was hooking me up to this plasma machine didn't have any teeth. And I don't know, that's like all I really remember about her. And she poked the vein, but she like didn't do it right, and all this blood started coming out of my vein, but under my skin. What are you doing? And it started pooling under my skin, and then there was like this huge puddle of blood that was just stuck under my skin, and it turned purple and like dried out and died. And eventually I went back to donate more plasma, and she was like about to do me again, and I started crying. And she's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "You hurt me so bad last time I was here. Like, I really don't want you to touch me." And she was like so offended. But I'm like, "Bitch, I'm not letting you near my veins." Like, there's no way. There's no way. So yeah, that's the worst thing that ever happened to me with that kind of shit. LOL, IVs for the most part are uncomfortable, yeah. Nova is a star, also a bearded dragon. Yeah, she's a supernova. Maybe she sold all her teeth for crack. Yeah, that's one way to look at it. Ouch, I don't like this story. This story is like porn to Chess. Oh god. Chess, would you get off to somebody like fucking up somebody's vein that badly? Where it's like their whole arm is purple? That's weird. I'm not trying to kink shame, but that's fucking weird. Look at how pretty my girl is. Not this one. That one. Look at her on her little pool. She loves talk of drawing blood. Ugh. I hate it. It's nasty. I hope I never ever get sick again. Sick enough to go to the hospital anyway. So this is pretty much what Nova does all day. She crawls like a few inches to a spot, and then she sits for a while and surveys the area. Oh, my mom's calling me. Hold on, y'all. Oh my gosh. Look at her. She's eating her lettuce. She hasn't eaten her salad for like 3 days, so I'm really happy. I just made that for her. Eat your greens, bitch. Eat them. So when I get a phone call, does it like go black? Or what? Are people still here? Nova knows how to live. Yeah. I worked as a phlebotomist. Yeah, I know. That freaks me out. Okay. Jay's still here. Cool. I got 5 thumbs up. Fuck yeah. I will say, though, one habit that never left is looking and feeling for veins. So I'm holding someone's arm or hand, I always feel for veins. That is weird, but that's funny. Wow, I cannot keep a camera still. I'm bad at this. Nova, eat your food. You're just eating it while Mom called. Wow, what a little bitch. She ate a blueberry when my mom was on the phone with me. I didn't tell my family that I was in the hospital yesterday because I didn't want to freak them out. But TJ's whole family knows, and his whole fan base knows, so they'll probably find out soon. What's she munching on? So we have a salad of mustard greens and blueberries today. Let's see, are you gonna get something? No? She keeps looking at it like she wants to. Let's see if she has any more blueberries. So I know that's what she wants. Yeah, you got more blueberries. You leaving? Not hungry anymore? Oh, you need to taste the floor? How's the floor taste? Probably not as good as the blueberry. Had to stay in the hospital for a little while during my stay. I stuck mostly to CNN, Nick, and Comedy Central, the latter of which played almost nothing but Futurama in that 70s show. Like, it was nonstop all the time. Oh, also Scrubs. Yeah, what is it? Comedy Central. I remember when I was younger liking that channel, but like a teenager, but like, yeah, not really anymore. Not that I have it anymore. I don't have TV anymore. But, yeah. So, you guys, Brett Keane wants to interview me. And I don't know what to tell him. Like, it's all about YouTube. Yeah, YouTube is garbage too, though. I know that I shouldn't, but like part of me wants to. I'm not really sure why I want to. I just want to see like what he wants to ask me. When I was in the hospital, I had to watch Willy Wonka. Like the new one. Sorry, I have to put my fruit away. Just ignore him? Okay. I mean, I know it'd be bad to talk to him because that's what he wants is like attention, right? But like, he's always been nice to me, so I don't think he's trying to like get one up on me. But It'll probably be painful and boring. Yeah. But I don't know what to say, like how to let him down. I don't want to be mean. There she goes, back in her little cave. Say bye. See you later. Oh, she cracks me up, dude. I don't even really know why. She's so funny. Maybe I'm the only one that thinks she's funny, but I love her stupid little face. Oh, man. Okay, this is starting to hurt again. We can't see her at all. I really need to go to the pharmacy and fill my prescriptions that they gave me yesterday. But I was kind of hoping to wait until TJ got back so I can use his car. But anyway. Jay, do you guys have anything that you're shooting tonight? Also, I wanted to ask about the stream tomorrow, but if you want to do that in private messages, that's fine. Here's my Salva baby. Hi, Sal. Hi, baby boy. Salvador, Salvador. Your breath stinks, Salvador. Smells like poop. As long as you're feeling up for it, I would love to. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not, but I just was gonna ask, like, what are we gonna talk about? Is it like a themed stream, or are we just gonna fuck around and talk about whatever? I never understood the phrase "just out of curiosity." Isn't it implied you're curious when you ask a question? Oh, someone's here. I guess I should go hide so they're not on camera if they don't want to be. I think it's TJ and Scooter. Oh, Paul too. Anyway, I guess I should probably go. Oh, right. Okay, I'll look up some stuff about censorship. I'm gonna go ahead and go, guys, because I gotta run and do some errands, but it's great talking to you as always.